Amber Sprague, 2016 Oregon Art Education Association Rookie Art Educator of the Year. Amber was born and raised in Chico, California. She also attended Chico State University and received a BA in Liberal Studies in 2004. Since she was young, she loved making art, but she also enjoyed the process of guiding others in their learning. Despite the fact that she tried to squeeze in as many art classes to her high school and college schedule as she could, she ended up majoring in liberal studies with a plan to become an elementary art teacher. Suddenly, as she was graduating college, she came to the realization that her heart was not in her chosen field. Following a bit of soul searching that included a backpack trip to Europe and a position coaching high school basketball, she was brought back to her love of art and teaching. This time she would be teaching older students in a subject that she was passionate about. In the process of building her portfolio as an artist, she moved to Portland, Oregon. Shortly thereafter, she found herself enrolled at Lewis and Clark University and as an intern teaching at Wilsonville High School under Christopher Shatola Hart. An art position on the coast took her to Newport, Oregon, where she started her career building an art program with 4th through 8th grade students, some of which who had never had any formal art instruction. 2 years later, she handed the program over to her dear friend Aaron Price and returned to Westland Wilsonville School District at Athey Creek Middle School. Here is where she found her sweet spot, teaching middle schoolers, and that is what she is passionate about. In her first year of teaching, there was one student that she found an enigma. He was engaged in activities and worked diligently on assignments, but she could not discern if he actually enjoyed the art class or if he was just dutifully going through the motions of what was expected of him. It was not until conferences 2/3 of the way through the year that she learned more. In front of his mom, he told her just how much he valued the class and her teaching. He admitted that while creating art is not a passion, art had become his favorite class because it was a safe place for him to practice pushing himself out of his comfort zone. This 8th grade boy reminded her that though she may not see the effects of her teaching immediately, every action she takes as a teacher is impactful. A powerful experience that shaped her was her experience in a wheel throwing class. The sheer amount of practice the wheel took was humbling. More than any other medium, she felt discouraged, envious of others' abilities, and, and she wanted to give up. Continuing in that class was a choice she had to make daily, but one that she is still thankful she made. She learned what it meant to persevere and the incredible power of practice. Every year she brings in her clunker bowls and should have been bowls to her art classes to emphasize her struggle and the daily choices she had to make to see growth, not only in her art skills, but also in her character. As we scroll through these slides, pay attention to how active Amber's students are, how engaged in the process of making art. Amber's quote: I walk into work every day hoping to communicate through my words and actions that every student is valued and full of potential. I know art is a powerful means to learn how to express oneself, overcome challenges, experiment with new things, and develop confidence in oneself. I am motivated to providing this for each and every student every day. I'm just getting to know Amber, but what I do know from the small time that I have spent with her is that she is into her teaching, into her practice, into improving daily, into understanding the middle school mind. Now let's take a little trip into Amber's practice. I'm not sure if I can really do her justice here, but I will do my best. This series of works comes from this past August. I coordinate two art teacher shows at the coffee shop across the street from my house, Jola Cafe. I had set up 5 art teachers to show earlier that spring, but all 5 ended up canceling on the last minute. So I had a pretty sizable space to fill. So I called Christopher Shatola Hart and asked him if he knew of anyone that had current work and would be willing to show in August. The only caveat was that this was Tuesday and I was hanging off a ladder painting my house and was scheduled for surgery the following Tuesday, and the show had to go up that coming Sunday. So in about an hour, Christopher had 5 artists lined up and Amber was one of them. What was incredible was that she only had 1 or 2 pieces completed, so just got busy and she walked into Jola Cafe with 10 new pieces. Some had just been finished as she was up unloading the work. I am most impressed that Amber was willing to take on this show, but more impressed that she used it as a time to process the chaos of our country and how she needed to heal in her own heart. I am sure that this is what her students get to see every day, and I wish I could be a 7th grader again. Amber Sprague, Oregon Art Education Association, 2016 Rookie of the Year. Congratulations.